The centerpiece of the way that you live your life is based around a mission. The whole ethos of everything that we do is about having a mission, right? The difference between having a mission and having a goal is that a goal, let me put it this way. If you think about war, the whole objective of a war is to win it. Okay. And in order to win it, everything is dedicated to win it. All the planning, all the resources, all the time, all the energy is about winning this war. So if you think about your mission as your war, okay? So everything that you do with your time, your energy, and focus is about achieving this mission. Now, whatever you have chosen for your mission, okay, we're going to go through some points here, should be something that you really want to spend your time, your energy, and your focus on. It should be something that is meaningful and that brings fulfillment and brings you guidance, right? So goals, okay, are the battles. So in order to win the war, you've got to win all of these little battles. There are multiple battles that happen in a war. And the way that the war is won is by winning those small battles. The goals that you set yourself on a day-to-day basis, on a week basis, on a 28-day basis, on a 12-week basis are all what we call micro missions. And we know this, right? Because aligned all together, they help you achieve this mission, this thing that you're looking to achieve. That makes your life better, okay? And without a mission, I often want to ask the question, what are you showing up for? So when you wake up in the morning, one of the things you've got to also always ask yourself, always come back to is, what are we waking up for? What are we doing? Because life is very lonely without that mission, okay? And what I feel is, and the reason that I've done this training is because I feel like we just need to connect with it a little bit. And I get it. January, February, we kind of lose a little bit of connection with it because we're using a lot of energy surviving, right? Not everybody. Like when I say this stuff, I'm not saying this to everybody, right? But there was a little bit of chaos. There's a little bit of surviving. There's a little bit of low emotion, okay? So when we have that mission, it directs it, or it dictates where our time, our energy and focus goes. Our purpose, our clarity and control, our emotions. I could have written loads of things on there, but my point is that that is the hub. That is the center HQ of everything that we train to do. So when you do your morning accountability, it's all aligned to you being the self-leader to achieve your mission. When you do your Wednesday check-in, it's you stepping out of the rat race and aligning yourself to, have I done the things that I need to do that are going to move me a step closer towards achieving my mission? When you do your weekly planning, it's connecting with the weekly planning and going, these are the things that I need to do to move me in the direction that I need to go. It's the whole reason that we created the mission builder, right? I've had lots and lots of good feedback about the mission builder. But one thing I noticed, even at the highest level with the guys in the 1%, sometimes the lads are fucking lazy and vague about what they're putting in there. If you don't put depth, so if I put something on there, how did you lead yourself today? And you just write, oh, I did my morning routine. That's fucking wank, lads. That you're not teaching yourself anything. You did your morning routine. So how did you self-lead yourself through the day? How did you take control of your time, energy, and focus? How did you align yourself to your purpose? What did you gain control and clarity on? What are the habits that you are aligning yourself to in the habit tracker that you're sticking to? The success of your life in your business, in your career, in your relationships, in your personal development, in your fun, everything is about the dedication that you put into it. It all comes from the review. Everything comes from the review. Everything that you do, everything you think should be about moving forwards in the right direction. At no fucking point should we be looking behind us to take a few steps backwards. Everything is about fail forwards. Remember that saying that I always told you guys? Okay, I would much rather take action, fail flat on my face, learn from that experience, become a little wiser, become a little stronger, than doing nothing, than just fucking give half-arsing it. So I think that everybody here, including me, can elevate the way that they show up to achieve their mission. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. All right. So what we're going to cover. So we're just going to, this is about sharpening your mission. Okay. How to align your time, energy, and habits for peak performance. Okay. And I think one of the problems that I think a lot of people have is that they don't think big enough in terms of their standards. I think for a lot of people, it's about getting through, surviving. And now, I'm a big believer that the life that we live, the habits we practice, the routines we play out are the byproduct of the narrative that we tell ourselves. If I come to live with you for 5 days, ask yourself this question in your head. If I come to live with you for 5 days, do you think that I would get you to get more out of your morning routine? If I assess you at the end, would if I turn around and say, congratulations, Wayne Capper, okay, bang, I've been with you a whole week. Do you think you could turn around and say, yeah, you've squeezed as much out of that morning routine as possible? Do I think there is more room for improvements in terms of the performance? When I look at people's plan, if I watched you playing out your plan, okay, so you've written your plan, and then I watched you throughout the week, and I had your plan in my hand, and I was going, okay, that's what he said he was going to do, but he's not doing that. Okay, this is what time he said he was going to do that, but he's not doing that. Do you think I would look in and go, what are the controlling measures to stop us fucking flooding away and being overwhelmed? Okay. So peak performance is always the goal. It's always the mission. And I want you to think that, because every single one of you is worthy of the peak performance. Okay. It's important to understand that. When you start hitting peak performance, you start hitting peak results. You start feeling in your peak mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay. Okay, so this is the reality check. Okay, and this is where I want you to kind of almost think about it, and if you're making notes, are you truly living your mission? Okay, are you, I mean, is everything you're doing a play out of your life mission, of everything that you're trying to achieve? Remember, the mission is the roadmap, it's the blueprint, it's the script of how you want your life to be. It's the dream. It's the version of your most successful life. What does that most successful life look like? And in fact, I won't go on because that will come up. Or are you just playing out through the motions? So the motions is the survival, right? It's the complacency. It's the narrative. Okay, it's the disconnect from the mission. So when we disconnect it, we go into auto mode. Okay, we go into this auto mode where we just become another zombie again. But the zombie is a little bit more qualified than maybe, you know, where you were when you started. But we stopped pushing. We stopped challenging ourselves. We stopped questioning ourselves and saying, is this enough? Am I doing enough? Is what I'm doing right now part of the mission? Okay. Are your daily actions, you listen, I don't live with you. We haven't got to that stage in the membership yet, right? So you have to ask yourself, are your daily actions moving you towards the bigger vision, sorry. I think I prefer that to say mission. So are your daily actions, the things that you want to do on a daily basis? Now think about everything that you do on a daily basis, moving you towards the bigger mission, okay? And I'll put my hands up. And one of the things that I'm desperately always seem to be trying to do with this, and the problem is because I work on it. When I think to myself here and I post something, a piece of content, and then I get sucked in and fucking 20 minutes has passed, that's when I really give myself a good bollocking, because I'm like, that's not a peak performance. That's not moving me towards my bigger mission at all. That 20 minutes could have been spent more productive. Do you know the biggest place that I do this more than ever is every time I take a fucking dump? I fucking tell you guys this. One thing you are guaranteed to do every single day is take fucking 10 to 15 minutes on the shitter until your fucking legs got pins and needles and you're probably scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, and then you're trying to get off the toilet because you realize you fucking got caught in scroll land, right? And it's about then saying to yourself, if I have a shit every single day, we're looking at 70 minutes worth of shit. How much fucking content can I watch? That is positive. How many times can I go back in to school or make my daily post? You guys can make your daily posts and reflections, or one of your weekly ones. You have 70 minutes when you sit down and take a shit throughout the week. You can write on one of those days your reflections and thoughts and the things that you are doing. By the way, when you do that, you connect yourself to the mission. So when you look at the distractions, are they bad habits or wasted time or holding you back? So, I'm kind of killing that a little bit. So here's an idea of it. Okay. So this is you. I didn't have a picture of all of you. And this is where everything starts moving in, but we've got this blockage here. So this blockage is the poor habits. It's the narrative. Okay. It's the low emotions. It's the not show. Guys, if you cannot show up to do the basics, a morning accountability, a Wednesday check-in, a planning, and making at least one focus session a month, how on earth are you supposed to achieve a life mission? How on earth are you supposed to lose? If you can't show up to do 5 morning routines, how do you think you're going to lose 2 stone? If you can't show up to 5 morning accountabilities, how do you think you're going to get promotion at work? How do you think you're going to get your business to the next level? How do you think you're going to be a role model to your fucking kids when you can't even do the basics? And this is where the disconnect, right? This blockage here, it's your own emotions. You have to get into this mentality where you go, fuck the emotions, stick to the mission. Like you have to challenge yourself in that question. Because the biggest thing, and I've been doing this a long time, and it's the same for me, the biggest thing that holds us back are our emotions. Because your emotions, you get in your own head, you start overthinking, you go to worst case scenario, you go, oh, fuck it. And then that's when your thought process starts going off here. Look at those Gucci. And we're near the mission's over here, and you're going the opposite way because you got lost, okay? And down here, this is what we're looking for. And the reason that you go from you here to achieving that mission in there is because you do all of the daily practices every single day. The guys that are the most successful at this are the guys that do the little 1% wins every single day. The morning routines, the Wednesday check-ins, the planning, the 5 non-negotiables that we talk about. The 5 non-negotiables, the focus groups, the watch 1 video a day in a group. I've just done 28 videos for you guys. 28 fucking videos of life, fitness, health, business, mindset, the lot. So when you need a reset, you can watch these 28-day videos. Do you know what I mean? And it's about developing yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, so you can be on the mission every single morning. Mission. How many of you get your mission builder out in the morning and you just look at what you wrote your mission is for the 90 days? Okay. How many times do you get to the end of the day and then look at what you wrote? So I wrote in there, are you on track to achieve your weekly task? How many of you scroll back in your page to look at it and go, yep, I'm on track. Yep, that's what I said I was going to do, connecting with it. How many of you been using the mission builder? Do you know what I mean? So this is what sharpens the mission in the process to get to where you want to be. You know what I mean? So we need to reconfirm what is a life mission. I'm not teaching suck eggs, but I just want to go over this just so we understand, okay? So like I said, your mission is your roadmap. It's your blueprint, okay? It's not a goal. It's your blueprint, okay? It's the thing that you want to achieve. So my mission at the minute is to travel with the family around the world for 4 months, okay? 4 or 5 months, and still be able to do my job anywhere in the world. And that's the thing, that everything that I do, everything. So this is the mistake that I made, and I recognized I made it because I was doing the mission builder. You know where it says reconfirm in the mission builder, it says confirm your mission in life. So I was writing in there, oh, to be happy and content. What the fuck does that even mean? And the more I wrote that, it took me 5 weeks to look at that and go, what is that? What does that even mean? It's so vague. It's so vanilla. Everyone wants fucking happiness and contentment. But how do I get it? What has to happen? And I was like, do you know what I want? I want to go and fucking see the world. I want to share the message. I want to go on a mission around the world to teach people what we're doing. and I want to take a whole fucking community with me online. That's my fucking mission. My mission is to help 1 million men. And every single morning, I start writing to travel the world and help 1 million men build a life mission. Happy and contentment is a feeling that we can fucking feel while I'm sitting on the Sunday morning, cuddled up with the kids. It's not a big enough mission. Does that make sense to everyone? Like, what is the fucking mission? Where do we want to be? What do we want to? So a mission might be I don't I want to be in more control of my time in my career. So you might have to look at that and go, okay, so what has to happen for me to have more time in my career? So if you are a business owner, then you need to delegate more. If you're in a career, then you have to kind of look at it and go, am I going to go off by myself? Am I happy with the way that it's going? Do I want more freedom? How do I get more freedom? And we have to really challenge ourselves, and we have to put ourselves in a place that is uncomfortable, because we're going to have to step out of our comfort zone, right? So the mission provides clarity, knowing exactly what you're working towards. So when I was going, I was saying I was happy and content. I didn't really know what I was working towards. Like that's just, I can feel that on any day. But now I know. So that's the difference, right? I'm just sharing that example for your clarity. It creates structure. So it means shaping how you spend your time and energy. So anytime now, when I'm in a kill zone, at the start of the kill zone, I will always reconfirm, does this help me get to where I need to be? Does this help me get to where I need to be? Does this move me forward? If it's not, why am I doing it? And you have to challenge yourself. You have to stop and go, this is not benefiting me. It's like when you put a fucking cheesecake, right, in your mouth, and you go, I'm trying to lose 2 stone. Is this going to benefit me? I'm going to stick it in my mouth. It's cause and effect, right? Cause and effect. It's that process. Okay, it builds resilience, keeping you locked in when motivation fades. I'm going to be really open with you. Okay, what's the date? The 25th. I think for about 25 days, I've not been motivated at all. Not even remotely motivated. But there is this like big fucking drive to win. Like, I look at life as a fucking fight, like a jiu-jitsu fight. And if I allow it, it will batter me. And that's where we have to be stronger. That's where we have to be more determined, more driven than fucking ever to beat this battle. It's me against it's me against the world, if you like. And it has to be you against the world. And the thing that helps you beat it is going, I know what my mission is. Which is why I wrote the fucking book called Remember the Mission. So when it gets hard, remember the bigger picture. When you have a really shit day, remember the bigger picture. Okay? It's really important to remember this, okay? It gives you an unwavering purpose. You should feel this like sense of, man, I'm a man on a mission. I'm a fucking man on a mission. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking, I'm going to be obsessed about achieving this mission. You should be so obsessed with it. And it allows you to build your most successful life. Everybody's most successful life is different in here. Somebody's most successful life is finishing at 5, coming home and spending the evening with their wife. For some, it's fucking traveling the world. We're all different, but you have to understand and paint a picture of what is my most successful life. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it bring me? Okay. Does that make sense? So I'll put it here, ask yourself, is my mission clear enough that I could explain it in 30 seconds? Okay, you should be able to, if I turn around, and by the way, when we do our quarterly meet, I am going to be asking people, I'm going to say, what's your mission? What's your mission? And you should be able to explain to me, or one of the other lads, what your mission is in 30 seconds. Mine's to travel the world in 4 months with my family, as many of them want him to come, and continue my journey to help 1 million men around the planet. Okay, it's big. It makes me feel sick slightly with the anxious. I feel like I'm out of my comfort zone. There's not a lot of clarity because we haven't done it before. How are the girls going to cope? One of them's got autism. It's fucking hell. But we're going to do it at some point next year. Do you know? And that's what you've got to connect with. It's about the passion towards it. I cannot emphasize that enough. You should be able to tell me what your mission is in 30 seconds. That is one of your tasks, guys. Okay, reviewing your life's mission. Questions to assess your mission strength. Okay, is it big enough? Does it challenge you? Does it challenge you? So think about this big circle. Okay. Oh, what, this new office? I didn't know if anyone had noticed, you know. Older daughter's moved out now, so get my fucking room back. So this here, can everyone see that all right with the circle? It's a bit fucking shit, isn't it? It's a bit better. Okay. So this circle here is the comfort trap. This is the comfort trap here. And we all live in this comfort trap. Do you know why? Because even if life is shit, even if it's shit, we're comfortable in there. We're used to it being shit, so we just keep it shit. Okay? We know exactly what's happening. We've got complete clarity of what happens in here. Okay? But the minute that we set the first set of missions, and we have to step out here, a couple of things happen. We go into fight or flight mode. Okay? So that means that we don't know what happens out here. If anyone's watched The Silo on fucking Apple, right? When people go outside, everyone's shitting themselves. Okay, they're all locked in this fucking epicenter for 10,000 people. But one person steps outside, everyone shits themselves because no one knows what to expect. You don't know what to expect when you challenge yourself and you're out here. So if you've never run a half marathon before and you get to the start of that line and you do the build up to the half marathon, you do the marathon, the whole way through it, you're shitting yourself. When I do a jiu-jitsu tournament, I'm on the fucking toilet for 3 weeks leading up to it with anxiety because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. Even though I do know what to expect, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be put in front of a 6'4" fucking brick house who's just going to throw me around. You don't know. So it makes you nervous. It drives fear, and it drives us to want to go back into here, to go back into our home. This is what people do. When it gets hard, people go back to their old habits. You know, when you start something and you go back, it's because it's safe. Do you know those films that you watch over and over and over again, but you keep watching them? It's because you know the ending. Oh, that's a good film. Let's watch Notting Hill again. It fucking makes you feel special, doesn't it? Okay, so you watch the same films because you're familiar. Whenever we try anything different, we just procrastinate. Everybody feels this. So when people are signing up with us, this is the process that they go through. They don't know what to expect. There's uncertainty, there's fear. So we freeze and we procrastinate and we stall. And we've got to embrace change. We've got to embrace growth. This, and then you go again. So you started off with the half marathon. Now you're doing the marathon. And you can do the big fucking 50 miler if you fancied it. Okay. So that's the cycle. Is it big enough? Does it challenge you? Okay. Is it clear enough? Can you describe it simply? Okay. Can you just, can you get it? Is it easy to understand? Could you tell your 7-year-old? Okay. And for me, this is the most important. Does it light a fire in you? Do you feel connected to it every single day? Do you like think about it? Is it something you think about? Like I've thought about traveling the world every day for the last 10 years. Like a shitty night every single day. You know, it's my fucking go-to thought all the time. And I just don't know why I didn't connect with it as it being my mission in the book until I recognize it. But the whole point of the mission builder is for us to write that stuff down and recognize, right? That's the whole point of reviewing. So when I asked you what your mission is and you could tell me, is it big enough? Is it clear enough? Does it light a fire in you? Does it make you shit yourself? It should make you shit yourself. Okay. And are you taking daily action towards it or just thinking about it? Okay. Are you just thinking about it? Like I just spoke to you there. The plan was always that it was going to be 10 years. It's not that I've procrastinated for 10 years. I just haven't been in the position to be able to do it with a split family. I can't drag my 10 or my 7 and 9-year-old when I'm not with the mum because the mum wouldn't be happy with me doing that. So it's all about timing. So it's about the right timing now. In next year, my 2 are big enough. The big one might come with us and we all go together. Okay. So it's about timing. So it might not be that you might not be able to achieve that mission for a year or two, but it's still making sure that everything is moving you in the right direction. Okay. If you're strong, and I put here, if your mission isn't strong enough, neither will your execution. And the reason that I think that people who don't show up at the high level during each of the days with the basic stuff is because I don't believe the mission is strong enough. Okay. I don't believe that the mission is strong enough. Okay. Is this making sense for everyone? Okay. Cool. So the time and energy audit. Where is your time going? The hard truth. You either spend time moving forward towards your mission or away from it. And I've spoken about this. You're either doing one or the other. Or you could be just plateauing in the middle and standing still. Okay. But eventually, when you stand still too long, you're in theory going backwards. Okay. So break down your day. So I want you to think about this. So make sure you either screenshot this or you write this down or you get a clear part of this. I'll make sure the presentation goes up with the video as well, in fact, so you can come back to it if you need to. So what percentage of your time is spent intentionally building your mission? Okay. What percentage of your time is spent intentionally building your mission? So that could be you connecting with your mission, you working towards your mission. So one of the things I used to do was always reflect on my mission every week. And I've started doing it every single day now. And I've been testing this since we got the mission builder. And I feel I'm much more connected to my mission because of it. Connection is the key word, right? Connection is the key thing. And I want you to think about how much time is being spent building that mission or doing things that move you closer to that mission. Okay. This is really important. Where are you leaking time and energy? So where are you leaking time and energy? If I can give you a classic example here, for everybody here, I think for the majority of people, if you're honest, like I wonder if you went onto your app and you scrolled into your screen time and you looked how much time you spent on YouTube, unless obviously you're watching my videos, Instagram or Facebook, how many hours a week do you do it? Okay, so when you get, most of you probably get that little report and it says how long you've been on your phone all week, screen time. Like, I wonder how many hours people have on there, and I wonder what you could do with that time, right? So I've put here, are your actions aligned with your priorities? So the priorities, when you know your mission, you can identify the priorities and then you can move into them, right? It's so important that we're looking at this. Okay, take a hard look at your daily, weekly, and monthly calendar. What needs to change? So it's always about what needs to change. I always put it this question: what's the one thing that you need to be doing that you're not, that is going to progress you forwards? What's the one thing that you know you need to be doing that you're not doing that will move you forwards? And that one thing, if you just go in all in on that one thing for the next 2-3 weeks, that will move you in the right direction. So it might be, and I would recommend connecting more with that mission. What is the mission? How are we going to get there, right? And then this is where I feel that the Monday mission rooms come into play. Because every single Monday, the first thing I'm going to say to you is, does everyone know the mission? It's the fucking first thing we're going to do. And I'm going to pick people out randomly and ask them to tell me what the mission is. And if I pick the same fucking person for the next fucking 50 weeks, they're definitely going to fucking know it. So every single Monday, we should be clear on what's the mission. What's the mission? All right. Okay, the powers of habits and routines. So I just wanted to throw this in here. Your habits dictate your future, key routines that set the tone. So I just want to talk about the morning routine. Everybody knows how beneficial it is. But for me, it sets the momentum of the day. But with the people that I speak to in the elite squad and the 1%, like on a lot more basis than I do within the group, there is room for improvement. There are gaps. The morning routine should be non-negotiable. Like there should be a clear pattern of pattern of process, bang, 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 and it flows in. If you get that nailed right, you're going to gain the clarity and control that you need, right? So if part of that morning routine, if I can suggest part of that morning routine is to look at what your mission is. So when you write that, what is my mission? Write it down, just 5 seconds, 10 seconds, look at it and go, is that a mission? Is that fucking firing me up? Do you know what I mean? It's the reflection in the mirror, right? Is that fucking lighting me up? Is that making me want to fucking show up? Because the people that don't show up, the people that struggle to have a morning routine, I mean, you can harp on about, oh, I need my sleep and all of that shit, but there's no fire to wake up. There's no connect. It's just like, fucking hell, I'm scraping the barrel here. Okay. Planning and prioritization avoids drifting, keeps you focused on what matters. How many of you would plan every single week? I mean, just same time, same day, same process. It's not fucking sexy, but it's damn well feels sexy when you're fucking in control and you're winning. Okay? Because the alternative is chaos. No one fucking wants chaos. And then the evening reflection. It's the whole point we put it in the mission builder is to help you course correct. Okay? And eliminate wasting time. Like looking at it. Did you do the shit that you said you were going to do? Did you lead yourself in the right way? If you didn't lead yourself in the right way, write it in red. What are you not doing? How many times have you got to write it down before it changes? Okay, self-identification of your habits and your routines are key. And you've got everything that I feel that you need in a mission builder to recognize that to achieve the mission. Again, these are all of the components that glue together, create the pathway and the roadmap for your mission. Okay, they support your mission or the work against you. Okay. Cool. All right, we're nearly there. Identifying and eliminating distractions. Every distraction is a threat to your mission. Okay. So think about the ISIS or the Taliban and the fucking setup in their ambush and they're just waiting for you to come into their fucking kill zone and they're going to fucking blatter you. I've already mentioned this here. Mindless scrolling. Not only is it mindless scrolling, it's filling your head with self-doubt. You're comparing yourself to people on here. Okay, you're taking in the messages that fucking social media are subliminally giving you. Okay, just slip it in there, and then you keep watching too much of it, and you doubt yourself. Okay, I've fucking been there, lads, and I know that's what that shit does. Okay, the mind of a man is one where we're always comparing. We're always doubting ourselves. It's always like, oh, I've got to do better because he's doing better. He's got a fucking body than I've got a body. Like, I think there is a place for healthy scrolling, but it's got to be managed. Do you know what I mean? If you need your little fucking endorphins for 10 minutes, make it 10 minutes, set the alarm, fucking come out. Okay, reactive work and unnecessary meetings. Like, guys feel themselves. They just fucking jump from one task to another task and then finish that fucking task. And then they jump to the third task that they was going to do. And they still have fucking the first two tasks half done. And then we'll finish the fucking day and we go, oh, I've just fucking got nothing done. Being clinical with our boundaries, okay? Kill zones, okay? If something comes onto your plate, okay, and you're focused, then just rewire and go, is this important? No, it's not. Move that out of the way. What's the priority? This is the priority. Let's fucking focus on that. Discipline and boundaries are key. Lack of boundaries and people pleasing. Fucking people say no. Learn to say no. I want you to try and say no once a day. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's your missus giving you nookie and you fucking need the nookie, don't say no to that. But try and fucking say it. Say no to the cake. No to the croissant. No to the fucking lie-in. No to the snooze button. Just small no's. Get in the habit. Okay, it's key. And then the inconsistent, messy routines and discipline. Okay, you can live fucking the best life, guys, if you just get these fucking things in place. And all of that, for me, stems from your emotions. I think fucking your social media habits, your drinking habits, your eating habits, your exercise habits, your planning habits, your connection habit, all of it. All of it. I know one or two guys that I'm working with quite closely and they're not fucking showing up because they're in their own head. Okay. So I put here, control your environment, control your inputs, control your energy. 4 clarities. Clarity, 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 clarity. What's the mission? Okay, last bit. 3 steps to implement immediately. Okay, so these are the things that we want you to do. Okay. Number 1, refine your mission statement. Make it clear, meaningful, and actionable. You should be able to tell me in 30 seconds. You should be able to fucking just ring it off your part, off the end of your tongue. Audit your time and energy. Where do you need to cut the noise? One of the things I want you to do in your mission builders is in the where do how have I led myself today? Talk about your time. Think about what you're doing. Like, connect with it. Is this what I'm fucking meant to be doing? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? So I'm like, only because I can see him, but Wayne Kappa here, like the way that he moves forward, he needs to hire someone. If he hires someone, that frees him up with time and energy to do and build the business, right? So the noise is him trying to do all of the practical job, okay, and all of the office jobs, and that restricts his limitations. He's stuck in that comfort zone there. There has to be a point where we have to invest in someone, and that's when we step out of there, right? So we have to order that time and energy. In order for him to grow his business, he needs to buy back his time. So that's something that we do, right? So where do you need to cut the noise? Where do we need to focus more of our time and our energy? Are we sticking strictly to kill zones? Are we thinking productively? Okay, lock in your core habits and routines. Optimize mornings, planning, and reflection. Okay, every decision either moves you closer to the mission or further away. Okay, so make sure you choose wisely. Okay, final takeaways. Okay, clarify your missions, eliminate any distractions, and own your time and energy. And I've put here, a man without a mission is just existing. Remember my first book. Okay, stop existing, start living. Okay, a man without a mission is just existing. And existing is a lot of what we talk about in the first book here. Okay, a man with a mission is a man that's leading from the front. And it's your move. Okay, absolutely your move. And I'm going to put this as the last one. Remember the fucking mission. Anytime that you're fucking hitting a brick wall, remember your mission. Remember what it is that you're trying to achieve. Remember the fucking bigger picture. Because if you don't, guys, it's just going to be the same fucking loop that you're in. In order to move forwards, you've got to connect to it. This is your fucking engine. The mission is the fucking engine that drives you forward. Okay, without the fucking engine running, you're just going to fucking stumble. You're going to stall. Cool. Right. Any questions? No questions. Has this been helpful? Okay. If I can recommend, number 1, you please watch it back within the next 7 days. All right. Tomorrow, I'll get the team to put it up in a group as a video, as an audio, and I will put the presentation in as well so that you've got all the resources there. The Monday mission room starts next week, but the irony is that I'm away on business. John had something on. So the first one's going to be on fucking Tuesday. You couldn't even write it. And then we're going to get into the flow of me seeing you every single Monday, right? And it will be really good if you can make, even if you just drop in and you just want to ask a quick question, you've got to drop out. That's fine. But I just, so you know, I'm just going to say 12 to 1. I'm going to be there for an hour. First 15 minutes, I'm just going to do a little, it's not going to be as in-depth as that. I'm just going to do a bit of mindset, a bit of focus. And then I'm going to be open to you, helping you build your mission, stay consistent with your mission to achieve the mission and the bigger picture, right? Happy? Okay. So if your year hasn't gone your way that you want it to go, and believe me, my year has gone nowhere near where I want it to go yet. Okay. Let's fucking car crash. But fucking remember, there's still 10 months left of the year. Okay. It's not one bad day means one bad week. One bad week doesn't mean one bad month, and one bad month doesn't mean that you have to have one bad year. If you have a bad day, we wake up, we find the fucking positives, we learn. All of the shit time that you go through is the shit that makes you stronger. It's the character. Without character, you're weak as piss. Okay? Weak minds don't achieve missions. Strong minds fucking thrive. Absolutely thrive.
Yeah.
Get stuck in there in the background. All right. Don't like, and I don't, when I say weak mind, I don't mean it in a critical sense. Because if you don't go to the gym, you got a weak fucking body. If you don't get this fucking shit squared away, if you don't work through the hardship, you'll be weak as piss. Do you know what I mean? Weak as piss. Alex, JB, at different periods of your life, your mission may evolve, change. 100%. Yep, definitely. So the mission, the mission for me was always to, so if I give you an example, at the start of last year, the mission was always to get the Brotherhood into a better environment, a better community, and a better structure. And we spent all of last year doing that. That was the mission, okay? Part of the 5-year mission was to have a certain amount of people in there and build it up and be able to coach, actually, some of you to be coaches yourself, okay? And that's in play. That's in play. The immediate mission is to go traveling with the family. So that's what it will be. When we come back, it will then be something else. But then it's always having lots of different, but it's the primary mission. It's the thing that makes you happy. It's the thing that sets the fire going. It's the thing that makes you show up at the next level, okay? And it does evolve. Things change. Fucking hell. You never know what's around the corner. But that's part of the character building, is the adapt and overcoming mentality, right? That's what that's what gets you to the next level. Okay, so go away, take a good look at yourself. Like, every single one of you have the capability of having the most successful life, no matter what's going on in your lives, right? And I know he's not here, but fucking none of you have got it as hard as Stuart Barnes. And that fucking bloke is showing up more than fucking some. And he's got like fucking 6 months to live. I fucking check in with him regularly. He's not feeling sorry for himself. He's fucking showing up. The guy's got a fucking end date. Unbelievable character. That's what fucking the mentality is. That's the power of having a mission. His mission is for us to do a podcast the day after he's meant to die. That's fucking powerful, right? He's got a fucking lot of work to do. He's got to fucking stay in the game. He's got to stay mentally focused. And he's going to do a little talk for us in Wales as well. Okay. And if that doesn't fucking inspire you, I don't know what will. As always, my door's open. All right, next week, obviously, I won't see you for the Monday mission room. John will take that for me, and then I will see you the Monday after, which I think is the 9th or something like that. So come in, anything that you've picked up off this, make notes, bring it to the session, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. And then if I don't see you on any of them, I'll see you on the next mastermind. Let's get it. Let's go.